Hello my lovelies, I hope you've been well. This is a part of my plotter series, and for today what we're going to do is we're going to make the guard for the rings. It's meant to guard the leather, so it's not like the rings doesn't go into the leather, like it doesn't dig too much into the leather. It's something that I can't get here in Australia because supply issues and it's hard to import and things like that. You already know this. This is why I'm doing a plotter series, because it's not something that I can get readily in Australia, so I'm gonna make my own. So I haven't made this before, so largely a lot of this is going to be trial and error, so we'll see how it goes. What I have is I actually have this 4-letter trim from Kmart here in Australia that seems to be like the perfect size for a guard, or maybe a little bit small, but I'm gonna try it anyway. And I also have a puncher and a craft knife. I actually should take out my craft mat as well, but I think that can be for later. But yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I guess this is gonna be a lot of trial and error just because I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done it before, so let's just get started. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out one of these pages, or not a guard, as a guide, and let's put that aside. I'm gonna open this one. Wait, where's the opening? Okay, so these are the ones we want, and I'm going to just measure it first. I think maybe I'll make it nearly the same size as the length. I don't know how thick they have it, the official plotter one. This one's a little bit thick, so I'm not sure actually. We'll just have to see because this is a DIY anyway. And I think what I want to try and do is find the middle of this. So I'm going to measure. These are around 2 and 2.4 width, so 2.4 divided by 2 is 1.2. Do this, but you know what I might do? I might score just a little bit of this, just so I know where the middle is, so we can put our dots in the middle. I'm hoping that's obvious. It's not really that obvious actually. Oh, actually I scored it pretty deep. I think my craft knife is a little bit, because it's a new blade, so it's a little bit sharp, but it's okay. So now that we've got the middle, okay, once I've done that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop it in here. That, then I'm gonna mark some of them. Okay, now that we've got all those, I'm wondering if this is going to be way too big of a punch. Can probably I wonder if I should just YOLO it. I mean, I also have other strips anyway. This is not the only strip that I have. What if I punch it this way? Yeah, I think this might be a better way because I can see the hole. I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't know if this is straight, but it's okay. We'll see. So these should be in the holes. Let me take most of this out. So what we wanted to do is, it's gonna have to be bigger than this actually if it want to be, because this is just one. I might have to do a little bit more hole because we want to fit it into these, which meant it should be at least 1.2. Okay, that would be interesting because 1.2 divided by 2 is 6, so it'll be 6 either way. So it needs to be this big. Okay, that might work. This is so so scrappy, you guys. It's not even like not even straight. I mean, it works. I mean, it works because you can do this. Look. Hehe. So at least that worked, right? Okay, at least that one we know it works. So we can do the next one, even though I think when I actually do it, instead of doing it on the soft side, I might do it on this side, the leather side, but we'll see. Wonder if that's big enough for those. We'll see. So I'm gonna do the next area, and I might empty that out first, and I'll do this section. I know the plotter one actually opens the whole thing up, but I think I might leave it like this just because I think it will be a little bit more snug. And I'm gonna round the corners just because I like rounded corners. Doesn't even look straight. Okay, that looks pretty good. Moment of truth. But I think the middle one's a little bit bumpy, but if we put it in here, is it going to oh no, they're starting construction again. This will make it a little bit hard for me to flip through. I think it's still the same as before. It is a little bit harder to flip through because it's a little bit full. I might have to remove some of them, but does it close? Oh, okay, it doesn't really close. I think it should be a bit bigger, but I think the slit that I have should actually help. But right now it looks like that. Oh, you know what? If I do a little bit more slit than just one, it might work, because then you might do like a few different folds, so it's a little bit more curved. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit more scoring lines, just so that it's a little bit more bendy. Is that even the right word? I don't know. So right now, like I told you, there's one split line in the middle like that, right? That's the split line. But what I'm gonna try and do is add an extra, like maybe 1 or 2 extra split lines, so then that might be able to bend down a little bit easier. So let's do that. You have to remember not to put too much force, because the last time I did it, it didn't need a lot of force for it to have. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 centimeters each way of that line. And then we'll test again. Because right now it's not folding very nicely. Actually, is it even straight? Maybe the line is not straight. Maybe I didn't do a straight line, but you know what? It's alright. This is a bit scruffy because it's a DIY, but you know what? If it works, then I don't care that it's a little bit scruffy. Okay, I didn't put as much. I guess I don't need it to be very, very deep anyway. I think that'll be okay. I think eventually it'll bend out a little bit more as well, so that's alright. Let's do the next one. Honestly, I think this trim is a little bit thicker than what Plotter has for their official leather, but you know what? We have to make do with what we have. So, oh, this one's a little bit bigger. Just gonna do this wiggle motion so that it's a little bit more bent. And then now that if we bend it, maybe it'll be more, you know, rounded. Not sure. Or maybe I shouldn't have that much paper in there, because maybe that's a little bit thick. That's why it's not bending properly. Ooh, actually, I shouldn't be doing this when it's open. I mean, it'll probably take some time for it to like do the little rounded thing, right? But if I don't put too much paper in there, so let's see. Okay, so don't put too much paper. This is the one that I need anyway. Is this all filled? Let me check. Put this much in the front. Finance tracker thingy. Okay, so that's in, and then that, and then for this one I actually had half of the year, but maybe I'll cut it further, so I've only got the first 3 months. Oh, actually the December I can probably take out as well, because I didn't start from December. Okay, cool. So now that there's not as much pages as we had before, I wonder if does it need a little bit more? I think it needed to be a bit bigger, but obviously that's the one that I have. So I'm gonna just use this for now until, you know what, maybe I can just manually do the tuck-in, and then eventually maybe it'll be a little bit more like that. But for now, maybe I'll just have to do the manual tuck-in. It actually, when you look at it from above, I don't know if it's because I don't have, it needs to be a bit more snug, the holes, but it's like that. Instead of being in the middle, it's a little bit like that, like on the top. So we shall see. That's what it looks like on the side, like that. But I mean, it works for now, I think. So yeah, there you go. That's gonna be a little bit of a short video. That's the first thing that I'm making, the little guard. I don't even know what it's called, a leather guard or something. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. Next time we're gonna do some dividers. So this is just gonna be a quick one of me making the guard, these ones, which I think looks pretty good. Like the ones that Plotter sells are always the black ones. So because this is a lighter leather, I actually really wanted a lighter guard as well. So I'm gonna test it for, I don't know, a few days, a few weeks, a few months, and maybe I'll do an update video later down the line, or I will update you when I do my next Plotter DIY video. So feel free to follow along the journey for that if you're interested, because I know, like I said in other videos, it's a little bit harder to get Plotter accessories down here, down under in Australia, or if you're not in the US or in Japan. So I would like to do this series is essentially to help you kind of like DIY some of the Plotter stuff so you can still use it even though it's a little bit harder to get. So I hope that's useful, because I'm going to go through this journey anyway of making my stuff. This is what I tell one of my friends. I feel like this year for me is a fine, I'll just do it myself kind of era, where I'm like, okay, I'll just do things myself because it's too hard to get or something like that. So with the Plotter, I'm in that mindset. But so far it's pretty good, because I also made my own inserts for these monthly ones. They're a bit more scruffed because you can see it's not even the same sizes and things like that, but it's okay as long as it works, it's fine. I also made my own grid, and is that it? And I trialed one of the weekly as well. So you're gonna see more of my Plotter DIYs here in this channel, because like I said, hard to get here, and I want to use my Plotter as well. So there you go. It might be a little bit extra work, but I like doing DIY stuff anyway, and I figured I'll document the journey. So if you're actually thinking of doing DIYs for your Plotter as well, you can follow along the journey. So that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for being here. It's a quick one, and this is what we've managed to came up with. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next Plotter series. I will link up the ones before. It was mostly me creating inserts and trackers and my goal planners and things like that. Basically some of these goal planner that I made myself, because this is my goal planner essentially is to have all my quarter review and quarterly task list and stuff. I linked those up below if you're keen to watch. And yeah, I hope you stay safe, take care, and stay creative. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.